Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be taking a look at configuration rules.
Ooh, configuration rules.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. And you know what? It actually is.
Okay.
It is. We're looking at excerpts from a document called Configuration Rules Extra Topics.
Extra topics, okay.
Extra topics. And this might sound a little dry,
Mhm.
but I promise you, this is all about the hidden levers and pulleys behind some of the coolest things you experience online.
Yeah.
You ever wonder how a website seems to know exactly what to recommend to you?
Yes.
Or how it stops you from making mistakes when you're customizing a product?
Like it knows what you want before you do.
Yeah, it's really, really wild.
They're a
And
little spooky sometimes, right?
it is a little it feels a little Big Brother-ish.
Yeah.
But it can be really helpful.
Oh, for sure.
Like a good silent partner.
Yeah, it's like having a silent partner, making sure everything runs smoothly, often without you even realizing it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, okay, maybe you already know a little bit about how configuration rules are kind of like instructions for software, dictating its behavior based on the choices that the user makes.
Right. Mhm.
But what I found really interesting in these excerpts is the discussion of rule summary reports.
Rules summary.
Yeah, have you seen these before?
I have. Yeah, they're essentially a map of all the rules at play.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. It reveals how they're structured, how they kind of talk to each other.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a bunch of isolated commands.
No.
It's more like, I don't know, a family tree.
Precisely.
Hmm.
Rules can actually inherit properties from higher levels up the chain,
Yeah.
creating this really cool cascade effect.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
wild.
So understanding that hierarchy is critical to analyzing, why a system behaves the way it does.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where it started to get really interesting for me because this rule summary thing can help you understand how pricing and product availability are cleverly controlled.
Right.
For example, the document talks about how price books and
Mhm.
configuration rules work together.
Okay.
It even mentions Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and how each group might have its own price book for special discounts.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so like, let's say there's a price book with discounts on camping gear,
Okay.
specifically for Girl Scouts, right?
Mhm.
A configuration rule could be set up so that when Girl Scout is selected as the group,
Yeah.
the system automatically applies that price book, ensuring they get the best deals.
So it's almost like a built-in, like a loyalty program.
Yeah, exactly. It's really cool.
Very cool.
And it's not just about applying discounts. You could also use configuration rules to hide an entire price book from view,
Right.
unless very specific conditions are met.
Yeah, like you have to unlock it.
You have to unlock it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a secret menu at In-N-Out or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
The document also mentions sports teams as another example.
Okay.
So imagine a price book with discounted team uniforms, right? A rule could be set up to only reveal this price book if the user selects something related to sports teams,
Oh, I see.
like team orders
Right.
as their customer type.
So you don't even know it's there unless you're a team.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's super smart, right?
Yeah.
And it makes the whole process smoother for the customer
Definitely.
and ensures that they only see
The relevant stuff.
relevant options. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really clever. It is clever.
But I'm curious,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't this kind of targeted pricing strategy raise some eyebrows if customers found out?
Oh, that's a great point. Like, is it?
There's definitely a delicate balance between using these rules to personalize experiences and potentially raising concerns about transparency and fairness.
Yeah.
Businesses really need to consider the ethical implications of how they're using these tools.
Right.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've seen how these rules can control pricing. Now, let's break down the three main types of rules highlighted in our source: recommendation, constraint, and hiding.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so recommendation rules, what are those all about?
So think of them as gentle nudges in the right direction.
Okay.
Let's say you're designing a t-shirt online.
Okay.
A recommendation rule might automatically suggest a matching color for the graphic you've uploaded without forcing you to choose it.
So it's a kind of
Just a
just
suggestion.
a suggestion.
Yeah.
All right, constraint rules, on the other hand, sound a bit more, well, constraining.
They are.
Yeah.
They're designed to prevent those illogical choices.
Okay.
So sticking with our t-shirt example, a constraint rule could prevent you from selecting a size that's not available in the color you've chosen.
Right.
It's like having a virtual safety net to avoid errors and frustration.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of protecting you from yourself
Exactly.
in a way.
Yes.
And lastly, we have hiding rules.
Yes.
Are these just about making the interface cleaner?
That's a big part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Hiding rules streamline the user experience by removing irrelevant options.
Okay.
So think about when you're booking a flight and the system automatically hides connecting flights if you've already selected a direct flight.
No, okay.
It's all about simplifying choices and reducing visual clutter.
That's good. Less is more sometimes, right?
Exactly.
All right, so we've covered recommendations, constraints, and hiding.
Hmm.
But now I'm curious about something else.
Okay.
The document also mentions using arrays within configuration rules.
Arrays.
And honestly, that sounds a bit intimidating.
Yeah.
What exactly are arrays, and why are they useful in this context?
Don't worry, arrays aren't as scary as they sound.
Okay.
Think of them as lists or tables of data.
Okay.
The power of using arrays in configuration rules is that you can operate on individual elements within that array,
Mm-hmm.
allowing for very precise control.
Oh, okay.
Imagine you're building a computer online,
Okay.
and you select a specific motherboard.
Mm-hmm.
An array could contain a list of all the compatible CPUs, and a constraint rule could ensure you only choose from that specific list,
So you're not going to...
preventing compatibility issues.
Yeah, you're not going to blow up your computer
Exactly.
by choosing the wrong CPU.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very helpful.
So instead of applying a rule to the entire array,
Right.
you can target specific elements within it.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
The source material actually provides a step-by-step guide on using array attributes within a constraint rule,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think we need to dive into the technical weeds right now.
I think we're good for now.
Yeah. We'll spare the listeners.
Yeah.
So the key takeaway is that using arrays allows for a much more nuanced and dynamic approach to configuration.
It's like having a set of tweezers instead of a hammer.
Tweezers versus a hammer. I like that.
Yeah, it lets you fine-tune the user experience with incredible precision.
So we've gone from understanding the basic structure of these rules to seeing how they can impact pricing, streamline choices, and even handle complex scenarios with arrays. It's clear that configuration rules are more than just simple instructions. They're the brains behind a lot of the online experiences we take for granted.
Right.
But I'm also starting to see how much power they have and how they can be used in both helpful and potentially manipulative ways.
Exactly. And that's what makes this topic so fascinating. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore real-world examples of how configuration rules are shaping our online interactions, and we'll unpack some of the ethical considerations that come into play.
Sounds like it's going to get even more interesting. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So now that we've laid the groundwork, are you ready to see these configuration rules in action?
Absolutely. Let's bring this down from the theoretical and see how it plays out in the real world.
Okay.
I think a lot of people can relate to the example of online shopping. You know how when you're browsing for a new phone and you select a specific brand, the website suddenly recommends compatible cases, chargers, screen protectors,
Yeah.
the whole shebang?
That's a classic example of configuration rules guiding the customer journey.
It feels very personalized, like the website is anticipating your needs.
Yeah, it's all about creating that smooth and tailored experience.
But it's not just about gentle nudges, right?
Yeah.
I bet those constraint rules also play a big role in online shopping.
Definitely.
Right.
Think about customizing a product online, like designing a t-shirt.
Okay.
You might have options to choose the color, size, add a logo, and so on.
Right.
But what if you select a size that's not available in a particular color?
Yeah.
A constraint rule would step in and prevent you from proceeding, ensuring you don't end up with an order that can't be fulfilled.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like a safeguard against customer frustration.
Exactly.
And it probably saves the business a lot of headaches, too. Speaking of streamlining things, how about hiding rules? I'm guessing they're all over online shopping experiences.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine you're booking a hotel room online.
Okay.
You select the dates, the number of guests, and then you're presented with a list of available rooms.
Right.
But instead of showing you every single room type, the website uses hiding rules to narrow down the options based on your criteria.
Okay.
Maybe it hides rooms with king-size beds if you've indicated you're traveling solo,
Right.
or only shows rooms with a balcony if you've selected ocean view as a preference.
So it's all about decluttering the interface and preventing information overload.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing these kinds of rules are used in all sorts of online experiences, not just shopping.
That's right. Think about food delivery apps.
Okay.
They use configuration rules to personalize your menu based on your past orders, dietary restrictions, or even your location.
Interesting.
If you tend to order vegetarian dishes, the app might prioritize showing you vegetarian options. While someone who always orders pizza might see more pizza-related deals and recommendations.
So they're really tailoring the entire experience based on your individual behavior.
Exactly. It's all about personalization.
It's kind of amazing how much thought goes into these things.
It is. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes.
And this goes way beyond e-commerce, right?
Absolutely. Configuration rules are used in online learning platforms to tailor learning paths based on your progress, strengths, and weaknesses.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine a language learning app that adjusts the difficulty level of the lessons based on how well you're doing.
Wow.
If you're breezing through the beginner content, it might accelerate your path.
That's cool.
While if you're struggling with a particular concept, it might offer additional practice or explanations.
It's like having a virtual tutor who knows exactly what you need to succeed.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I hadn't even thought about how these rules could be used in education, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, there are so many applications.
And it doesn't stop there. We're also seeing configuration rules being implemented in healthcare, particularly in online symptom checkers.
Oh, wow.
Based on your responses to a series of questions, these tools can help triage patients more effectively,
Okay.
guiding them towards appropriate care or resources.
Interesting.
For example, if you answer yes to having chest pain,
Right.
the system might prioritize showing information about heart attack symptoms
Wow.
and urge you to seek immediate medical attention.
That's actually really helpful.
So from online shopping to education to healthcare, these seemingly technical configuration rules are really influencing our interactions with technology in pretty profound ways.
It's true. And what's interesting is that most of us are completely unaware of these rules operating behind the scenes.
We just experience the end result, a smooth, intuitive, and personalized digital experience.
Exactly. But I think understanding how these rules work gives us a new level of appreciation for the thought and logic that goes into crafting these seamless interactions.
I agree. It's like peeking behind the curtain and seeing the wizard pulling the levers.
Yeah.
But this newfound understanding also brings up some important questions, doesn't it?
Like what?
If these rules can be used to create such personalized and engaging experiences, could they also be used to influence users in ways that might not be so beneficial? I'm thinking about things like those dark patterns we hear about online, those sneaky designs that trick you into doing things you might not otherwise do.
You're absolutely right to raise that point. While configuration rules themselves aren't inherently good or bad, there's always the potential for them to be used in ways that prioritize business goals over user needs.
Like those pre-checked boxes for additional services that you accidentally sign up for because you didn't notice them.
Oh, yeah.
Or those limited time offers that create a false sense of urgency,
Yeah.
pushing you to make a purchase before you had a chance to really think it through.
Those are great examples. It's about being mindful of the potential downsides and being aware that even seemingly simple online interactions can be influenced by a complex web of rules and algorithms.
So it sounds like the key takeaway here is awareness. Paying attention to details, noticing when a website or app is nudging us in a certain direction, and asking ourselves if those nudges are truly serving our best interests.
Exactly. As users, we need to be more discerning and recognize that the digital world, just like the physical world, requires us to be informed and make conscious choices.
This has been incredibly insightful. I'm definitely going to be paying more attention to the ways websites and apps are using these rules.
Me too.
But I'm also curious, what does the future hold for configuration rules? Are they going to become even more powerful as technology advances?
That's a great question. As technology advances, particularly in areas like, AI and machine learning, configuration rules are only going to become more sophisticated
Okay.
and capable of shaping our digital experiences in ways we can't even imagine yet.
So it's not just about like pre-programmed rules anymore. Right. It sounds like these rules are going to start learning and adapting based on our behavior.
Exactly. Imagine a website that not only remembers your past purchases, but also analyzes your browsing patterns,
Yeah.
social media activity,
Oh, wow.
and even your current location to create hyper-personalized recommendations and offers.
Wow. That sounds both incredibly cool and a little bit creepy.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
It feels like we're entering a whole new level of personalization where the lines between convenience and manipulation might become even more blurred.
That's why it's so crucial to be aware of these evolving technologies and to engage in conversations about the ethical implications.
Yeah.
We need to ask ourselves how much control we're willing to cede to algorithms
Right.
and how we can ensure these powerful tools are used responsibly and transparently.
So it's not just about being a savvy online shopper or knowing how to spot those dark patterns.
Right.
It's about understanding the underlying forces that are shaping the digital world and advocating for ethical design and responsible use of technology.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Really?
As users, we have a responsibility to stay informed, to ask questions, and to demand transparency from the companies and developers who are shaping our digital experiences.
It sounds like the more we understand about these invisible systems,
Mhm.
the better equipped we'll be to navigate the digital landscape and make conscious choices about how we interact with technology.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power. And in the digital age, understanding how things work behind the scenes is more important than ever.
Yeah.
It's not about being afraid of technology. It's
Yeah.
about using our understanding to make informed decisions and shape a digital world that benefits everyone.
This deep dive has definitely been an eye-opener. I know I'm going to be looking at my online interactions in a whole new light.
You too.
Configuration rules are clearly a powerful tool, and I appreciate you helping us unpack their complexities and potential impact.
It's been my pleasure. I hope this conversation has sparked some curiosity and encouraged listeners to pay closer attention to the subtle ways technology is shaping their experiences.
I have a feeling it has. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating exploration of configuration rules. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep questioning the digital world around you.